Welcome, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Today, we've got a Nations Cup game for you. It's Team USA against Team Netherlands. I am joined by our all-star crew, Ryan Pindalik and Michael Stryker. Ryan, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Justin. How are you?
I'm doing great. Glad to have you aboard. And then, of course, Michael Stryker, who was with me for game one, back once again for game two. Michael, hanging in there all right?
Hey, I'm doing fantastic. Good to see you guys again.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and get this game started, or at least send out the invite. Team Netherlands is online. We are the USA for this one, so let us send the invite. Ryan will be tracking cards for us today. Michael following along on his phone, providing invaluable advice. And I'll be driving the train as I am wont to do. We are 1-0, as for those who've been following the Nations Cup, rather. We won our opener against Team Greece rather easily. We got a lot of good stuff, so we're hoping to get more good stuff today. And hoping that we didn't use up all our play deck luck. Ryan, how's ITSL been going for you this season?
Not bad. I think I had a stronger start, and I've been a little bit had a couple bad runs lately, but overall still pretty good.
Okay, so you'll be looking at a high seed in the playoffs. You going to win your division?
Uh, I should know this off the top of my head. I don't. I think so. I think
Okay.
I am.
Michael, what about you?
I was hoping to finish first, but somebody keeps winning in the
Ah,
conference.
yeah, I don't know who that is. Yeah, well, you guys are in
Yeah,
luck because
somebody needs.
I
Yeah,
have
I'm
lots
hoping
of good
somebody.
players left on my schedule. I am
Yeah,
14-1, but I do have lots of good players left. I've got David DiCarlo, I've got Tim Furrow, I've got Stephen Deutsch, and I have your old pal Ed Prem. Michael. Okay, here we go. Okay, this looks like a clear and obvious containment hand to me.
Yes,
Unless
definitely.
you guys feel differently. Looks like we're going to get one, two, three, four ops out of containment. Five if we want to play CNS for ops, and decline the two VPs.
Which is always a good option to have, just in case it's
Yep,
necessary.
yep. And all right, are you guys 4-4-2 people?
So let's throw out an idea to talk about just for fun. But this is a possible empty West Germany headline
Okay.
setup. If it like that would be the old school. I don't really know that I want to do it or that I think it's best here. Um, but with containment and D-style and blockade all in hand, you could set up either one in West Germany, and then if they and then you could readjust your plan and fill it up if they decide to push it because you got sufficient ops. Or I don't really like an empty West Germany because then they can just take it on AR
Yeah,
one.
they might
You
take it
probably
on
would
AR1.
do. Yeah, you'd probably just put one in there just to sacrifice the one to try to keep them out of West Germany if you want it to go that way.
All right. Well,
The
Ryan, what do you
logic here
like?
is,
Would you go more conventional, just the 4-4-2, or do you like being a little crazy with that?
the logic here is just to be able to hold these stall. Is that why you would do this?
Yeah, the logic is to hold these out. I really don't know that this has enough ops to fight that off because I think I prefer to space Fidel and event captured Nazis.
Yeah, I
So
also think if
I,
we
I
wanna if we wanna hold D stall, we can just space blockade.
Yeah.
yeah, you could do that too. You could do that too.
Um,
So I don't know that it actually is best here. It's
and-
probably not. I don't think it is. So, but I do think it's kind
and-
of interesting to kind of keep that idea in mind sometimes.
yeah, no, it's not
Yeah.
crazy. I think I like the more conventional 4-4-2. Ryan, what do you think?
Yeah, I like talking about the idea, but I agree.
All right,
442 seems slightly better here.
all right. I think that's fine. We will. Let's just hope we don't get perched, and then we can decide if we want to trigger blockade, dump D stall for the extra ops, or if we want to space blockade and just give Fidel.
Yep.
I generally like giving Fidel on turn one if it's three ops, but we'll see. Okay, Nasser setup.
Okay.
And we got to decide when we want to dump Asia.
I feel like as soon as it isn't that painful from a tempo perspective would be good.
Yeah, I assume we're going to eat an Iran coup, and in which case we've got to go to Lebanon.
Maybe they'll roll a 1.
Yeah, maybe they'll roll a 1. So if we're triggering blockade and dumping D-stall, then we have got 2, 5, maybe 8, 12 ops, and then we'll see about CNS. Ooh, we're just going to go influence. Looks like they want to set up a Middle East Dom.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Are we going to contest the Dom?
I don't want to contest Middle East Dom. If they want to get their 3 VPs in the Middle East, the question I have is, do we want to get absolutely nuts and do this?
I usually like this play.
I
The
don't
only
like
question I have here is, do we have enough op? Like, is this?
We have very little ops to follow up with if we do that.
Yeah, I'd rather have the extra ops in France if we get the opportunity, or we might even have to fight in the Mideast. So I think I like either dumping Asia or scoring or playing the Nazis. Probably dumping Asia would be my preference.
You'd rather dump Asia? I'd rather get into Pakistan. I like getting into Pakistan because I think if we dump Asia now, they'll coup Iran and then they get the best of both worlds. I like getting out of Iran first.
I do like getting out of Iran. What like if we do this and they coup Pakistan? What's our response?
If they do that, they coup Pakistan. And they hit a big roll. We probably dump Asia then, but it's for 1 less VP. Like that's not the end of the world. We still have Iran.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you're pretty limited in your ops. You can always coup Lebanon if they get a big roll. I mean, it feels like you want to get the problems out of the way as soon as possible to me. I mean, that's always kind of my natural inclination. So maybe that's something I'm pushing too much for. But
I mean, the other thing is if we go into Pakistan and they do something like score the Middle East, then we can go to India, and that would be our Dom if we can get it off. I don't know. I like taking Pakistan. I don't think they'll coup it right away, but maybe they will. I don't know. Ryan, what do you think?
So I'm trying to think. They didn't coup Iran to begin with. They spread out of Libya, which isn't crazy if you headline Nasser, but it makes me think it's like a little less likely they'll take a big coup.
Would you guys like to go 2 Pakistan, 1 Malaysia? Oh man, I lost network connection. That's not great. The server may be down. Because can you guys still hear me?
I can still hear you.
See,
can I? I'll see if I can get into Twilight Struggle.
See if you can do it. Because yeah, this is not good. Because I can still hear you guys clearly. There's nothing wrong with my internet.
I can get onto the server. So
okay.
The server's probably not down.
Okay.
Give it a second. Maybe it'll come back.
All right. Well, we do. So, do you guys want to dump when we do get there? Do you guys want to dump Asia? Do you think we should just dump Asia, or do you want to get out of Iran?
I think I would lean slightly towards getting out of Iran.
Okay. All right.
But I could be convinced of dumping Asia.
My first thought was dump Asia, but I guess, if we want to go into Pakistan, I'm just not sure what the follow-up is with the rest of the turn. What are you really getting by that? Are you just getting access to India, Pakistan for the future? Because I don't know that we're, because I'm skeptical we're going to get a domination there. I mean, if we're gonna go for a domination, then obviously you got to go Pakistan right now. But
I think if we're going to go for a domination, we should do that initial play that Justin was toying with.
Yeah, maybe if you're going to go for a domination, you just go straight for it right away, and you challenge them to do Pakistan.
I was thinking more just the long-term presence in the region is nice, but...
Okay, here we go. We're back.
Great.
I just had to get out of the game. Okay, and we have to see all of this.
So we've got 3 ops with special. If I mean, I guess Fidel's probably going to get played for
Yeah.
3 ops.
Do you guys?
So you've
just,
only got you've got 2 cards left. You'll
Yeah.
you'll have 2 cards left after playing Comic Con.
Yeah. Do you guys want to do this and try for the Dom now?
It feels a little greedy given our hand, but I don't mind it. It's a little bit of a fun play.
Yeah, it's certainly high risk. This is a little bit more than I'm surprised you're suggesting this,
Yeah,
Justin.
I know. You know what? What? How about why don't we just do? We could just do 2 Pakistan, 1 Malaysia, or 2 Pakistan, 1 Iraq. How about that?
Yeah, that's fine.
You guys, right? Michael, are you okay with this?
Yeah, I'm okay with
All right,
this.
let's just do
Yeah, let's
this.
just do the safe,
I know.
conservative.
I think this
kind of
is.
warm
I think
play.
this is safer. They might coup
I mean, it's-
Pakistan.
Yeah, if they hit a big roll in Pakistan, you can still dump it,
Yeah,
and it's just
yes.
an extra
We
one.
can just still
VP
dump
cost
Asia.
you.
All right, okay, they're gonna dump Middle East. All right, do you guys? So now, do we want to? We could dump Asia. We can do CNS, or we could take India for our own Dom and make them respond. What do you guys like?
So it's going to be Comic Con or Fidel,
Probably Fidel into India.
and then the response is either they're going to coup Pakistan or they're going to just grab South Korea if they've got an extra 4 op.
Yes, that I think is what they'll do.
So I don't think we're going to get it.
Uh,
I mean, I guess if they coup Pakistan, we coup back with Comic Con.
Yeah, they might not have a 4 op. They might get a poor roll. They might take South Korea with China if they don't have a 4 to stop the Dom. I think I kind of like.
I kind of like this.
You okay with this,
Yeah,
Michael?
it puts the pressure on. I feel like we should put a little pressure on.
All right.
All right, we've used 8 minutes on a headline and 2 ARs.
Yeah, we've got plenty of time.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, turn 1 is obviously very important. So we'll see what they do here.
We can always play fast if we need to.
Yeah.
I do kind of want to try to keep calm. I guess we can coup Pakistan if we really have to, but
Yes.
we are.
We don't have much to respond to anything now.
Yes, we have Comic Con, which is a 4. We have blockade. We can blockade away D-stall for 2 ops. We'll see what they have.
I do feel like this is relatively transparent of an Asia scoring.
That's
play.
fine. I mean, maybe they'll get desperate
Yeah.
and coup with China or something.
Yeah, if we get China, that's definitely not the worst outcome.
Yeah. I mean, if they want to coup Pakistan with China and leave us India and we score Asia for -1, that's not the end of the world. We're getting China. We still have presence in Western Asia. But yeah, the fact they're not immediately doing something maybe means their hand's not that great. Or if they
I
take
also feel
China,
like
yeah,
headline
sorry.
Nasser.
Yeah.
Spreading Air 1 after a Nasser headline, I think, is usually an indication of a kind of weekend. Maybe.
Yeah.
Eh,
Could also
had
just be an
East in
indication
hand.
that they really wanted that 3 VPs.
That's true.
But I'm happy to trade that Middle East Dom for Western Asia access. They also still need their Millops, which I suspect they'll be getting right now.
They still have the option of cooing Italy, which would be painful, but
Yeah, I would like them to not do that. But if they coup Italy, then regardless of what happens, we can still score Asia for 5.
that's true.
But yeah, I'm thinking we're going to need the ops of blockade. We'll see what they want to do.
It seems likely. Plus, I know getting D-stall back in the deck is bad, but getting blockade out of the deck is kind of nice.
Yes.
I like discarding D-Stout to blockade.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy about the idea of spacing blockade.
Yeah, I like not having to worry about a nasty blockade surprise in the late war,
Yep.
or even in the mid war if I've got gunmen in my hand.
Plus, it frees up our hand for the next turn or two, not having
Yeah.
to hold D-stall.
Yeah. So if we get decalled, we know we can hold it.
I'm gonna step away for 1 minute.
Okay.
No problem.
Oh,
Oh, that's painful.
that's interesting.
It's very interesting. Yeah.
Wow.
What do we do
Oh boy,
here?
I'm sorry Michael stepped away because this. Wow.
This is one of those decisions that is both interesting and can be really important for the way the rest of the game is going to go.
Oh man. So if we coup Thailand, we lose France.
Yeah, which is
Oh, they went
I feel like-
deco.
They decalled into Algeria and 3 Southeast Asia to stop our dom. So
All right.
I feel like giving up France is a step too far here.
yeah, so if we could coup Lao, which gives us with the 2-op, which gives us Asia dom. The problem is if we do that, then they will stop it with Thailand and then they'll step into France. So I don't know if that's great. We could straight up take France. We could do something. I mean, we could do this, but then if we do that, they're just gonna take Thailand. And
If
stop
we
it.
coup, oh yeah, if we coup Lao, they stop us on battleground.
They'll stop us on battlegrounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we do this, they'll just take Thailand. We could dump Asia, but they might take France with Duck. This is weird. We could. No, we can't take Thailand because then if they coup it, we're going to want to score, and then France is wide open. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Do you guys want to take France? Put 1 into Thailand? No, that doesn't give us time. What I don't know. I'm open for suggestions for you guys. What do you guys like? We could
My
also
first thought is
we could
take
also
France.
coup Algeria.
That's devastating if we don't.
Yes, but
at
it's a
least get it
disaster if
out.
we miss. Yes, if we
Yeah.
miss, now we could coup with a 4-op, but which guarantees we don't miss. But
Is something like 2 France, 2 South Korea crazy? Maybe a little bit. 'Cause I think if they take Thailand, they still they block the dom.
they
right?
block the
Yeah.
dom with Thailand on country count. Yeah. Then we could coup Lao. I don't know, Michael. What do you like?
My preference is to take France, I believe,
Okay.
and then maybe even just all 4 there. Let's think about it. Are we gonna get dominate in Asia?
There's no way we're getting dominated. Well, now I guess if they coup Pakistan and fully flip it, we could get dominated in Asia.
Yeah, but they won't do that with 1 in Thailand. I don't believe.
Yeah, I think if we do this, if we put our second one in Malaysia, that gives us Asia dom, and I think they will just take Thailand. They will place influence to take Thailand to stop our dom, and then we'll just dump Asia, right?
Yeah, or maybe, but do we need to do that to stop Asia Dom? I mean, I'm thinking they're going to take Thailand regardless of what we do. I mean, even if
Okay.
we don't have an Asia domination, will they not still take Thailand?
Yeah, I mean, what if we just put 1 in Thailand and these other 3 in France?
But I don't. I want 4 in France I think is my preference. I don't think that extra 1 in Asia is going to matter if we're going to dump it. I'd rather have it in the region that's not scored.
It depends. Are we gonna coup Algeria? We need to coup something, right? I guess maybe not.
Yeah, that
but-
means blockade is our coup card. It's
Yeah, blockades are coup card.
Because if we're gonna coup Algeria, the 4th in France isn't quite as important.
Yeah,
maybe,
that's
but-
where I'm going. I think we're going to coup Algeria, so I don't really care about the extra 1 in France. We got Marshall, we got defectors, we got stuff to stop them from taking France.
Well, you're saying you're going to coup Algeria and you're going to roll high, and they're not going to coup back,
Yeah, I don't think they're going to coup Algeria back.
and they're not going to play. They're not going to play. Well, I guess De Gaulle even one
Well,
is not going to stop it necessarily.
My
But still,
other concern is if we don't take Asia Dom, if we don't take Asia Dom here, they then don't have any pressure to do anything, and they might take a coup of Pakistan.
and leave us a coup of Thailand with 1 there at DEFCON 4. I doubt it.
Yeah, maybe they won't do that. Okay. I like taking France. I think we agree on that. And then where is the 4th?
You know what? I'm becoming more sympathetic to the 4th in France. Right? We're probably not gonna get Asia Dom here, and so France. Europe becomes the
All right.
maybe more important
All
area.
right, you want to do this?
I'm okay with this.
All right, let's do this.
I just don't think at this point realistically we're gonna get the Dom in Asia.
No, we're definitely are.
No,
Definitely
there's
not. That's fine. They had decall. So if we got cooed out of Iran, and then them also having decall means we probably were going to be dominated in Asia in the long term. So now at least we have Pakistan and India. Now I don't think, to Michael's point, I don't think with us under containment especially, they're going to coup Pakistan here. The nightmare scenario is they take China and put it into Thailand and South Korea, but I seriously doubt they will do that.
That would be a wild play. If they do that, good for them.
That would be crazy.
I guess maybe we've signaled Asia scoring kind of hard, but still, with DEF CON at 5.
Suez. Yeah. Okay. Dom's the scoring.
Scoring, right? Yeah.
yes.
Hey, we got it. We did a quick play, guys. Okay. We have 2 ARs left. We're obviously cooing. We want to coup and capture Nazi. So the question is where to coup, and I guess it's Algeria. We don't have to worry about activating CIA. We've already done that with Cuba. They also need to coup.
They have better targets than we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I'm glad to see Suez played for ops, because that one in Israel is a little lonely.
That's true.
They might have I guess, and to your guys' point, I didn't like the 4th in France, but they might have triggered Suez if we had not put the 4th in France, and that would have been a big problem for us. Well, not a big problem, would have been annoying. Okay. So they will probably coup, I guess, Iran. They're not going to coup Italy now. They might try Panama.
Probably not.
They might try
But
Panama.
if you wait until AR6 to get,
Oh, Michael, you cut out.
yeah, I'm sorry. If we wait until AR6 to get any mill ops, then that makes me always a little bit concerned, because then let's say they coup Italy to get their mill ops, because DEF CON's 5, and we're really stuck if they get 3 out, 3 or more out.
Yes, that is true.
They don't need to control.
Yep. So
I don't know that we can say they're not going to coup Italy. I guess I'm kind of leaning toward, well,
I think we need a coup on our next AR.
We're taking a coup right now.
Yeah, I think we're cooing this AR, and I think since it's just a 2-op coup, I think we're probably cooing Algeria to stop the France access, even though De Gaulle is unseen.
Yeah, that would probably be better.
Okay, glad to see
Sakov.
Another nice one to see.
Okay, glad to see that.
Oh,
as
that's
well.
beautiful.
All right, so we're gonna just
so now maybe it's just the Nazis, and you can wait on the coup, or maybe I guess they could break West Germany, but Truman's still around.
I think if we don't coup here, they're going to do something annoying, right?
Yeah, and I want them to.
That's the danger. So
do we go Algeria and lower DEF CON to 3, or do we go something like Laos?
No, I think you go Algeria over Laos.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Moran, you okay with that?
Yeah, let's do Algeria.
All right.
I mean, DEF CON's 4. Okay. They've got their mill ops.
Okay, we hit it.
We want to get it down.
And we flipped it. All right, so that's honestly, guys, I love how we played that turn. We didn't get Asia Dom, and we had to kind of that was a little uncomfortable. But now they just burned decall and they have nothing in Africa. They had to use decall merely to stop our Asia Dom. I think that worked out really well for us.
Yeah, I mean, they got Southeast Asia pretty locked up now, but I agree. I think it worked out almost as good as it could have.
And Asia, we would have dumped Asia for -1. Instead, we're dumping it for 0. They would have been able to get a much better decall into Africa. Okay, and they're giving CIA.
Oh, CIA, that's nice.
They have Marshall. Okay. So we got a nice 2-op CIA. Do we want to lower DEF CON to 2? By coup, you want to coup Libya? Because if we don't lower DEF CON, they probably coup Panama, right? Do you want to take a shot at Libya?
Yeah.
Do you want to take a shot at Lebanon?
We're still 1 mill op short, right?
We're on 1 mill op short.
Okay.
So cooing is a VP regardless. The question is, a coup of
Unless they coup Panama.
yeah. If we don't coup, they will almost certainly coup Panama.
In which case, cooing isn't a VP, but
Well,
we
that's
could
true.
defend
Yes,
Panama.
that's true. Yes. All right. What do you guys like? Do you guys want to try it? See if we can get a big roll.
It's co-op 2 of Libya. I know that the DEF CON part of it is nice. It feels unlikely to what are the odds on that?
Yeah, we need a 5 to get in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm leaning toward cooing Lebanon because we're pretty tenuously in the Mideast right now.
That's true. I'm fine with that. You guys want to do that?
Yeah, I like this.
Okay, well, we rolled a 6, so we should have could Libya, guys.
Should
Terrible
could
job.
Libya.
We're terrible at this game. They will coup Panama.
If we could Libya,
All
we're
right,
gonna win.
they're cooing Panama, and we're just taking the event, right? Okay, and they rolled a 4 event, right?
Event
I think
is my preference.
Okay. All right. De Gaulle. We don't get it. We don't get to call. We don't get
You get
defectors.
UN.
We don't get purge. Okay. Is this a 5-year plan?
Eh,
I guess, right?
what else do we have? We could go IP war. We're probably going to play that during the turn. DEFCON's 3, so we're not going to get. They're going to coup.
Yeah, I mean, we know they have Marshall though. Maybe 5-year plan could pull Marshall. 5-year plan could pull defectors when they get to golf.
What are we going for with 5-year plan? I guess defectors,
Defectors or Marshall would both be huge.
DNC is pretty good. I
Duck
guess
would be
Truman,
great,
if they're
yeah.
headlining de Gaulle, isn't bad.
Yeah, Truman would be great if they headlined de Gaulle. But yes, we're obviously most worried about de Gaulle.
Purge is a concern.
Yes, if they purge us, 5-year plan can't defector that. You guys okay with
Right.
5-year plan? I kind of like it.
I don't know what we're gonna be. I guess it is a waste of 3 ops potentially, but I don't know what else we're gonna use our ops for. We don't have that many places to play ops right now.
Yeah, the only other choice is
There's-
IP war.
There's not that great of stuff to hit.
Yeah, Marshall
I mean-
defectors or Truman if they headline de Gaulle is are the big
Truman's no good
Yeah.
if they don't headline de Gaulle. Truman's
Yeah.
crap if they don't.
Duck is kind of nice.
Yes. Oh, Duck would be
Hit it.
good too.
Duck would be good.
Plus, not allowing
But
them to
I-
hold anything would be good. All right, 5-year plan or IP war? What do you guys like?
I prefer IP war.
All right, you want to go IP war, Ryan, or
I would lean a little bit towards 5-year plan, but I could see either way. I don't feel that strongly.
all right, we're going 5-year plan. Ooh, Europe. Oh, please no defectors. Please.
No.
No. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank
That
God.
would have been so
All right.
bad.
All right. Okay. Well, I would have had to probably quit the game and have Michael play the rest of the game if we had hit defectors there. So.
They probably wouldn't have headlined Europe if they had defectors, right?
Okay.
They were going for defectors.
All right.
Yeah, they would. They don't have defectors.
All right.
You're
Well,
right about
we
that.
hit Marshall just like I wanted.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
All right. That worked out fine for us.
Every decision is great when you're rolling 6s and hitting Marshall.
Yes.
That's your plan. I mean,
Okay. Big old 4-op coup of Iran. Okay. Do you want to take that back?
Oh, we take that back, right?
Just take it
EU
back.
or Norway take it back.
yeah, we still have IP war, so we take it back.
And then if they flip
Yeah.
Pakistan, we trigger the war.
Yeah, then you try the war then.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about Angola yet. Do we want to take the walk with decall and destall both seen? Do we want to take the walk, or do we not worry about that?
Oh, absolutely. We want to get there.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think we
I
have
think
the
so
option to
too.
do it. I also think we want to
Exactly.
probably get rid of Korean War if just get that out of the game. Maybe even next AR. Indy Reds. This might just go to South Korea. Yeah. Okay. Do we want to trigger the war? Trigger Korean
No,
War?
they're gonna fill it up.
Do you guys care here?
Yeah.
I'm thinking Czech, I guess, for tear down realigns. The Yugoslavia doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
check is better.
Okay, so we'll make
I don't
them.
think you want to trigger it right now.
Okay, so make them take it.
Yeah.
Do you want to start taking? We don't start walking then.
Yes.
Maybe overprotect Pakistan
Do
too.
this
Yes.
because then we
Yeah.
can freely trigger the war. You want to do this?
Yeah.
Okay. AI
How many
war.
options do we have?
I think we're gonna give so we can UN AI war if we want. Do we want a UN AI war or do we want to hold one of these?
Well, what would we use the ops for? So if we UNAI war, we have Are we giving Korean?
Yeah, maybe we should have gotten into Iraq. That might have been a mistake. I think we give Korean, right? Should we try
Then we
it?
have
Should we do IP war now just to get out of the way? Or no, maybe we shouldn't. Should we go? Maybe we should go Saharan states.
so we have 5 if we UN, maybe 7 ops.
Yeah.
We have Zaire as 1. But like, where else are we gonna play out these ops?
Well, we could go Saharan, but we have IP
Saharan
war.
is-
Saharan's no good if we trigger IP war. Do we want to hold UN and space AI war?
I want to hold UN. I want to play AI war.
You want to trigger AI war? Okay. Do you want to go into Jordan?
Yeah. No.
Okay. All right. So you want to just give AI war now then? And
Well, I don't know if that's the priority, but
do we want to put one into Jordan anyway to threaten Saudi? Do you want to take
no, I don't.
Burma?
Well, there's Mexico, there's Afghanistan, there's Burma, there's Malaysia, there's Philippines. We'll have places to use our ops. I don't have any
Okay.
problem there. We might want to just go Sahara right now with it.
If we do
I
Saharan,
don't mind
yeah.
Saharan.
You want to do Saharan?
Yeah, and then you could play something like this, and then you can play IP war. Well, after you if they don't coup, we take of course Nigeria, and if they do coup, we can
We
coup back.
just coup back. All right. You want to do this?
This is fine. Yeah, this is good.
All right. We lost the war.
Well,
But we have 5 in Lebanon, so we're good there till the late war.
Are they gonna get? They're gonna take. South Korea gets them dom in Asia, right?
It does. We should take probably. Yeah. What are they? Okay, they're going to give up. Okay, they're going to take Dom in the Middle East, which makes sense. All right. So now they just took South Korea. So do you want to go Korean War, Nigeria, something in Southeast Asia to work on country count?
I kind of hate giving all these wars, but okay, maybe yeah.
I don't mind getting the wars out.
Yeah, I think let's get rid of Korean War.
The question is whether you want to go NORAD now, Korean War next, or later. But I'm not sure there's an advantage to that.
I mean, we could go NORAD and do Afghanistan. We could do.
I'd sort of rather keep the. I don't know. Does Afghanistan matter that much?
It doesn't.
Maybe we're playing IP war, so maybe I'd rather go Burma than Afghanistan.
Okay. All right. You guys want to do this now?
I'd rather hold Korea. Yeah, this is fine.
Okay, we lost the war again.
Yeah, see, you just bleed so many points from these wars.
Yeah,
I think we were right to play them. We just got unlucky.
I think we were right to play Korean War. AI War is maybe tougher, but whatever. All right, we have.
It's a 1/3 of 2 VPs. It's a 2/3 VPs on average for 2 ops. 2 ops are better than 2/3 of a VP. You play the percentages.
Well, yes, Korean War. Yeah, it was 1 VP. AI War was okay. And there's Truman, Czech again. Okay, they went 1 Burma.
Yeah, I think just.
Do you want to trigger the war now, or do we want to do something like that? Do we want to?
I think you trigger the war. I'm thinking you trigger the war, and then you can figure out what to do in the last
I'm
round.
fine with that.
Yeah, seems good.
Okay, we hit that war.
We can only roll 5s and 6s, it seems. I like that we're in Nigeria, that we managed to bait them with the coup, like not cooing.
Yeah. Okay. So now Asia country count, we're down 5-4. They presumably will take Burma. We have a 3 op. What are we afraid of here? We also have 5 in France, which is great. Don't have to worry about de Gaulle. Purge is coming, but so is some good stuff for us.
Definitely a bluish deck.
Yeah. Didn't they Warsaw? Didn't they?
Yeah, I might have missed that. Did they play Warsaw?
They played Warsaw AR1.
Okay. Perhaps it's even more blue deck than I thought.
Yeah. So only Romanian, which is the card I usually pull with 5-year plan. Okay, they space US Japan. Okay. All right. NORAD, I like Afghanistan to stop the Dom. I think that's pretty necessary. And then do we also want to take Philippines so Vietnam doesn't give them Dom?
We could.
It's kind of lame, but where else are we putting ops?
Yeah, so the other option might be go 3 into to Burma instead of Afghanistan.
Oh, I'm fine with that.
That's not bad either. I'm
Let's
okay
do
with
this.
that.
Okay, we immediately redraw Asia. Okay, so we redraw Purge and IP War. So we got all the good stuff. I think we would have liked to get Duck, but okay. So they have Defectors, Duck, NATO, De Gaulle. Are we purging them?
So yeah, the defectors duck. They have is NATO is not. Oh no, NATO is triggered, which is good.
Yes, because of that amazing 5-year plan play.
Yep. So what are the options? We try to sneak Asia in the headline, and
I
then
don't-
just get
yeah.
really sad if they.
Yeah, I'm worried about because what are they going to headline? I guess they could headline De Gaulle, but we're worried about a Vietnam or decall redraw.
Yeah, they have defectors
They have
too,
defectors.
so they could
If they redrew decall, they are 100,000,000% headlining it, and we can fight this Asia Dom if they do headline Vietnam or decall. So I don't think we can dump Asia. I'm fine. Do you guys want to purge them?
I like
so.
Purge.
All right.
Yeah.
I like Purge too. Normally, I like to hold Purge if we can, but this is a good hand to dump it. We can UN Suez. I mean, Suez is not even that bad. Or we could UN, or we can even hold UN. But yeah, we're okay. So we're going to eat a coup in Africa. Sock Govs doesn't really bother us. If they want to take 2 out and score, I think we happily coup. Well, maybe we'll. Yeah, I don't know, because we were getting mill ups anyway, and so were they with our Saharan play.
I think they just coup in Africa here, unless they
They're
have a
just
score.
gonna coup. They can't do anything in Italy, in Europe.
No, the only thing they could do is dump the scoring if they redrew it.
Oh,
they
I
have
guess that's
special.
true.
They have special. Okay, that's what they want to do.
Uh,
Take a 1-op coup in Zaire, and they will miss, which is fantastic. All right, I think we just take a 2-op, refill that, and refill UK in case they. Right, we don't want to do
in
this,
case they have the scoring.
or maybe not UK.
You're gonna let them.
Are we going to have any problems in Asia?
With
Yeah,
them
that's the question. What if they
purged?
I mean, they could take Vietnam, but then I guess we just take Philippines.
Yeah, there's no way
Yeah,
they're
but then they
decalling
take
into
Afghanistan. What are you
Vietnam.
going to do?
Right, so I think we just refill that so that they don't decall into Zaire if they did redraw it, and then
Yep.
Wouldn't they headline decal?
I think they would, but they might have destall.
Yeah.
They might have destall.
They probably would have
That's
headlined
true.
that too, though, right?
Maybe, I don't. Maybe
Yeah,
Maybe not.
I like.
I mean,
just
giving us
retaking
one
Europe,
extra in
Dom.
France was. I mean, getting special didn't really give him a free special didn't really help him that much.
No,
So the only purpose of socialist is if they thought we were going to headline Europe.
yeah, I like just taking Europe Dom back and taking Zaire, so that if they do have decall or destall, we keep all of Africa and we take Europe Dom back in case they have Europe.
Are we going to have any problems in Asia because we don't have a ton of ops? I guess we can use Suez for 3 with UN if we need to.
Yeah, in worst case scenario, I mean, we could take Philippines if they take Vietnam. If they take Vietnam and Afghanistan, we have a 3-op. We can flip Laos or Indonesia, and they are purged.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, if they have a 4, like they do have a 4-op, right? What if they do Afghanistan, Vietnam here?
We flip Laos.
Okay.
And then hope they don't flip it back.
Yeah, hope they
Yeah.
don't flip it back with China. Are you guys saying you just want to dump Asia? All right, you guys seem to want to just dump Asia.
No,
You
no,
wanna
I
do
don't.
that?
I don't
No,
think.
not yet.
No. My preference would be something like 1 UK, 1 Philippines is what I would debate over 1 UK, 1.
Yeah.
All right, but do we need UK though? Because special's now gone. Isn't
Oh, you're
Greece
right.
more
You're
valuable?
right. Yeah. You're right. Greece,
You're just thinking
Greece,
about
or
before?
Spain, or Turkey, or maybe even Turkey's more valuable. Probably Greece or Spain.
Okay, Greece.
Probably Spain. I actually like Spain better than Greece.
Cool. Spain's fine. So
But-
we'll go Spain and Philippines.
Let's
You
do
want to do
this.
that? You want to do this?
I like this.
Okay.
I mean, you're right. It is worse if they have Deco or D-Style, but if they don't have Deco or D-Style, which I think they would have headlined, then I think you avoid any possible problems, however unlikely, in Asia.
Yes, that is true. And they don't have a ton of good places for their ops. Now they have to take. So now we're up a country. So they have to take Afghanistan and Vietnam to get Dom, which is maybe what they're going to do.
Maybe they will.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, we kind of encourage them to do that, I guess.
Yeah, maybe that might have been the downfall of that, is encouraging them to do that.
Now we're just going to UN Suez and flip one of those, right?
Are we going to do that, or should we take Japan?
Oh, that's probably better. If we do this, what do you like? I don't know. Either way, they could jam China. They have defectors, Duck, De Gaulle. They would need to use let's see, Marshall, NATO, Purge, all gone. They obviously can't use U.S. Japan, so they would need to use China or have NTB.
If they're going to jam Japan with China with U.S. Japan out, good for them.
Yeah.
If they're going to jam India, then that's fantastic, obviously.
Yeah. I think I like this a little bit better, because if we take Japan and then they put 3 in Japan, like we're not stopping that Dom.
Yeah, but it's the same if they flip Laos, Cambodia back, right?
Yes. But I guess I like this play. I don't know. What do you guys like?
I don't care that much either.
Michael, what do you like? You want to flip Lao to stop the Dom, or do you want to take Japan to stop the Dom?
Probably flip Lao.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, maybe that the Philippines play was bad because it did kind of.
And maybe, but they didn't have.
What else are they going to do for ops anyway?
Yeah. You guys were right, and
the only
you guys were right, and I was wrong.
Them.
You guys were right. That we need to be more worried about Asia. They had a known 4-up in their hand, even though they're purged. Like you guys were right about that. So, okay. Well, they have NTB, so that's too bad for us, and we're getting dominated in Asia. All right. Do we want to just give up Asia right now? I think we just give up Asia right now to free up C5, don't we? Or do we
I think you have
put Romania into Zaire?
They still have De Gaulle. They're going to play that at some point.
Yeah, I think we got to free up C5, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
right.
You got to.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yes.
That sucks. But that's hardly game losing.
No, not at all.
And again, they had to pour a ton of resources into Southeast Asia and fight like hell to get that Dom. Whereas if in a different world, they would have gotten that Dom easily if they get us out of Iran.
Yeah, about the only thing we could have done different was go UN Suez and take Afghanistan and Philippines right away.
Yeah.
But then you're risking them having Europe.
Yeah. We should support it if we were going to do that, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe you're right. Maybe just score it right away. Yeah, maybe that would have been better.
To golf the event. Okay, we're just going to repair with C5.
Yeah.
And then what, eventing? If we can.
Yeah,
IP war?
We'll trigger, we got to trigger the war, and I guess we're not taking Mexico because we got to get Zaire.
Yeah.
The war is at least 2 VPs, 50% chance of another 2. We have to trigger it. They're going to space. Do you want to trigger the war now? The war is unknown. Well. I guess we should go Romanian now. Right? Because the war is unknown.
Yeah, go Romanian's fine.
These are both like forced plays, more or less. So
yes.
I'd rather forego the war than not get into Zaire.
Yeah.
I agree.
So we know they have.
I don't love France at 4, but
no, I'm always talking about overprotecting France. But all the bad Europe cards are gone.
That's true.
So they would need ABM to flip France, or Quagmire or something like that. Anybody who watches my streams knows that I love missing Quagmire rolls. So maybe if we get Quagmired, I log out, Ryan logs in, and he takes the rolls.
We won't get quagmired, or if we do, I'll get out first try. It's okay.
All right, we probably should have just dumped Asia. We probably should have just dumped.
It's
Yeah,
hard,
but
'cause,
they could have had Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could have had Europe, and they could not have had a second 4-op, right?
Yeah, that's true. If they
Right.
didn't have a second 4-op, we were either getting China or we were getting out of that Dom. So yeah, we and the only 4-op available was NTB, because obviously it couldn't
Right,
be
'cause
US
US Japan
Japan,
doesn't-
and the other 3 were accounted for.
Yeah.
So yeah, that we needed them to just not redraw NTB, and they did. So good for them.
Obviously, it would have worked out better if we dumped the scoring, but I don't know if we made the wrong
Yeah.
play.
All right, so we got. Well, they drew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 4-ops in the early war to our just 1.
Of course, we've been rolling 6s on
Yes,
2s.
but yeah, we've been
Also
rolling
depends
big.
on whether you count Marshall Plan.
Yes. Well, you know, they gave it to us. All right, we're getting our 1-op. They're just going to coup Saharan, which makes perfect sense. They miss, which they're probably happy about, except that we are going to now trigger the war. And we miss as well. Okay. Here we are, turn 4. We get Africa, and we get South African. So it's just junta, right? Isn't this just junta?
What missile envy? Should we consider missile envy?
Missile envy is awesome if we can steal a coup, but if we don't steal a coup, that means they're coupping into Africa.
Yeah.
Which we have with junta, we have an excellent chance to score control if they don't have Portuguese or decall.
Wait, how are we scoring control with junta? Oh, in Africa, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, in Africa. Yeah. Because to stopping a coup here, if they don't have Portuguese or decall, we are getting Africa control.
Missile can be a mid-turn event.
Yes.
Duck is out of the
Duck
deck,
is gone.
right?
Yeah, we could trigger that mid-turn. You guys okay with
So
junta?
that's not a. I think Junta's a clear choice.
Yeah, probably. Where do we go with junta? Venezuela? Chile?
I'm a Chile.
I
I'm a Chile
prefer.
guy, but
You like Chile?
I like Chile. If they want to dump the scoring for 0 in response to us going Chile instead of 3, like too bad, so sad.
Yeah, that's actually probably better with ABM and Missile and Brush Forward both unaccounted.
ABM and Brush are accounted for. Okay, well, we're not scared about that. Yeah, ABM, Brush are out there. They have. I think we just coup Cuba and do this. You guys okay with this?
Yeah, I'm fine with this.
It's super conservative. Oh, that's nice. It's super conservative, but I'm fine being conservative. We're down 5 EPs, but we should. I think if they had defectors is gone, so if they had Portuguese, they certainly would have headlined that, and they certainly would have headlined decall over Southeast Asia.
So our objectives this turn: get Africa control if we can, get into Argentina, get into Mexico, maybe overprotect France.
Yeah. Yes. And then if we have the ops left, bear trap them AR7. But that's the dream. I would just. There's also
and then actually Missile as our hold and headline.
Yeah, I kind of like
not
that.
either. Yep.
Yeah.
Their AR7 missile hold.
We do need to worry. When we give Warsaw, we do need to worry about they can stop Dom.
Yeah, you need to see it first, and you're fine.
Ooh, we're going to realign Chile. Okay. Okay. Well, this would have been fine regardless. One more. Okay.
All right.
So,
all right.
Well, now that I just said I wanted to do bear trap, we could do just this.
I like holding bear trap.
I like holding it too,
like
but this gives us control and stops those realigns.
We don't have to get control right away, though, right?
No, we don't.
Why do we have to get control right now?
We don't. We do not. So we could do.
You can do Warsaw. They're not gonna. I mean, I don't even know that they would try to stop domination. But if they do, we just take one of our one stats.
All right, you guys want to just give Warsaw now?
Yeah, give Warsaw.
Or a 2-op. Either one is fine with me. I mean, we don't have to rush. We need to get to Argentina.
Yes.
We probably want to take control of Chile. I think we definitely those are the first 2 priorities. One in Chile, one in Argentina, and then you don't even need a 3-op here because we're not taking Africa control right now.
Yeah.
But Warsaw's basically a 2-op, right? Because they're going to put 2 in Yugoslavia.
They certainly will put 2 in Yugoslavia. And if they do want to go to Yugoslavia and to Bulgaria, they're going to do that.
Oh,
So it's a
wow.
one up.
Okay.
That's fine. I love a greedy Warsaw. So now we
That's
just do
fine.
both
No,
those.
let's put one in UK. It's good. Special's going to come back and NATO's in effect. I think one should probably go in UK, right?
Okay. Do you want to let them have Turkey if they want to take it?
Let me just take Canada afterwards. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Go.
You like
go
that better? Okay, that's
Greece,
fine.
Greece, UK.
That's true.
Greece,
Yes, NATO's
UK, Argentina.
That's true. Yeah, with NATO active. Yeah. Okay. So Greece, UK, and Argentina.
Yeah, if they have ABM, they have it. We were going to only put one in Argentina anyway.
I think if they had ABM, they would not have realigned Chile. They would have waited us first to spread and then triggered it.
And maybe so.
But I guess we're going to find out.
Yeah, whether they have it or not, I don't think it affects what we do.
Yeah, they will want to coup Saharan states
So,
What's the
Did
space
we-
race situation?
with one.
We're
one.
only on the first one. Okay, so no real rush.
They're going to go Cuba, Nicaragua. Oh, I don't care about that at all.
They might have OPEC, but
I could
Yeah.
not care less. Just a 2 up to fill South Africa here, right?
yeah, maybe how I learned.
Are we thinking about triggering How I Learned for the event at the end?
I prefer Bear Trap as the event and just
Okay.
eat the 2 VPs.
Okay.
Nixon would be a nice
Yeah.
event.
Nixon's a good event, so I think I would prefer How I Learned to take
Yeah, I
South
agree.
How I Learned.
Africa.
Okay. We
I
got
think
Space
so.
South Africa and S. If they coup Saharan, we can just coup it back with missile. Or sorry, we can coup it back with
Or-
anything
or-
else. Vietnam is whatever.
Or you,
what's
or
that
you
being
could,
scored.
yeah, you just score first even.
Yeah.
You know, not
Yeah,
taking the
certainly we'll
chances.
score. Yeah. All right. You guys good with this? Nick, How I Learned to take South Africa?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we really have basically 2 playable ops left. If
Yeah.
we're going to do everything we said.
If we're going to
do.
event, hold, this has to be spaced, and it's just Vietnam. And if they want to use Vietnam,
And
to,
That's fine. We only
Yeah.
need 2. Go
Yeah.
one Chile, one Argentina, and we're fine.
Yeah, I mean, we do
I
want
mean,
Mexico.
it'd be nice to get to Mexico, but taking the China
Well-
card, getting the coup next turn, all that's nice.
Nicaragua is an issue because they will get Panama out of it if we don't contest that. I'm very surprised they went Saudi and didn't go Nicaragua right there.
They don't want to
we
get
have to do
Phillips.
Bruh.
I mean, but they don't have Milops either.
Oh, you're right.
They don't have Milops either. So if they want to get them, they have to coup Saharan and give us Milops unless they roll terribly.
Right. So they coup at
Okay,
some
I
point.
don't care about
All
that. Just score, right?
Africa.
Okay, they gave shuttle, so it's
Yeah.
only 4 instead of 5. We'll take our 11. Thank you.
They gave shuttle and took Saudi, so that was like no op
Okay,
from Middle East.
that's why they did that. Is just to essentially be 0. Space. All right,
Yeah, they
got
wanted to get it out
All
there.
right, we got space now.
Yeah.
We hit. They hit.
I mean, we can use Nixon for the 2 ops and take Mexico with
Yes.
it instead of using it for the event. That's possible.
Yeah, I kind of would like to get Mexico.
Cultural is gone, so
They
if we
just
do
played it
take
for
the
ops,
China
yeah.
card.
Okay, this is
Yeah.
absolutely going to be Nicaragua. Yes. Okay. So, do we want
I think
to?
we have to coup Nicaragua with.
I think
Vietnam,
we have to
maybe?
contest this, don't we?
Yeah.
I think we get our mill ops here. Yeah. But I guess the question is, do you want to go Nix or not? Because we're definitely using Nixon now for Argentina, Chile, right?
Yeah,
So
probably.
we might as well just use it first, is what you're saying.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if you just go Nixon right now for the coup instead of in Vietnam. If,
Yeah.
if we know we're going
The
to use it for
Vietnam
the ops.
bonus is nothing, but
Yeah, they don't really have
but
good place to use it, but still.
this is fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's fine.
this is fine. Okay, huge roll again. Our dice are
That's great.
unbelievable. We got it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back after this and look at our dice. Well,
we walked.
that's fine.
We,
That's fine. We couldn't just hand over Panama. Okay.
no, we couldn't.
All right. If they want to flip Nigeria, have at it.
Don't
right?
care.
We are just gonna
Yeah,
we're
care.
just gonna do this, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And we're going to hope they don't get libs.
Well, that'll be our coup target next turn.
And if they get libs, then we have a coup target. Because we'll have bear trap. That's too bad.
Oh, that's annoying. Nothing, right?
Definitely
Nothing.
These are both great cards for us to have. They'll go back into Nicaragua and probably poke France.
Both of which are incredibly annoying.
Yep. If they poke France, do we want to forego the bear trap and take France back and Mexico?
If it's just one, I don't think I want to because, well, let's see. It'll be what, 4-2.
They might jam France. They'll probably jam France.
They'll have to roll to get out. No, they'll only be able to use missile envy, so they won't be able to take it. We should be able to retake it, even after we coup.
Yes. I guess the only risk is if they quag us, or no, they're going to do that. Yep, I called it. All right,
But I think that's okay if missile envies are headline.
If we coup, then they can. Oh yeah, they can't take it, but they can pump it.
Yeah.
It goes 4-4, and we just need a 3-up.
They're going to put missile envy into the trap, right? So they could use whatever they want.
That's true.
Oh, well, you're right.
But
you're right.
we're going to be taking it for. So the U.S. so NTB Purge are gone. All U.S. Japan is around, which U.S. Japan is a fine pull with missile envy. The other two U.S. ones are gone. All 3 red 4s are gone. So there's a real chance we get a red 4.
I think we just bear trap.
You like the event? Yeah. All right. I'm fine with the event. You guys want to event?
Yeah, let's stick with it.
All right. We're going to event and probably headline missile envy. Grain is gone. Do we? We get Muslims. We get Europe. This is just a clear missile, right?
I think.
Yeah,
So.
we got good ops to fight if we need it.
Yeah. Muslims is not great, but we could use it if we had to. I would rather see
Muslims is not the worst
have
in the
Muslims
world.
in their hand. Usuri might need to be an event, but we have decent ops here.
Puppets can get us into Venezuela and Brazil.
Puppets
Maybe
is
we
good.
go for the
Puppets,
South America.
Yeah, puppets would be.
Oh, we
great.
should totally go for the control. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we got Europe scoring too, so I don't know. Maybe we need to figure out what to decide to do there after their roll.
I mean, in a perfect, if we get Europe Dom, South America control, and alliance, we win. That would have to. Everything would have to go absolutely perfect. But
I mean,
there is a path.
do we let them coup? Like, do we just?
Yeah, let's see. Let's decide after. I think missile's the headline. We'll decide after we see what we draw and we see what they roll.
The worst case of the 4 ops, right? U.S. Japan is pretty disappointing, but ABM Flower Power, we will bury you all around.
Yes,
obviously,
getting any of them.
I'm sure they're headlining ABM if they have it, but still.
Yeah, ABM headline pumping all 4 into France would be annoying, even with the bear trap. But maybe they also have another 4 op and we can answer. They could also have libs in Central, which would be an issue for us.
They can't take control immediately, right?
No.
Not that helps that much, but maybe they have all 1-ops. Well,
Flower Power plus all at 1-ops.
Yes.
yeah. Not all 1-up so that we get summoned and lose the game, but something different than that.
Olympics is in our hands, so yeah, would have to be. Yes, CMC and hand us Summit. Okay, well that.
Okay.
Well, let's see what we get. Maybe we get some ops and we can take Mexico.
Yeah, if we can get Flower Power or We Will Bury You, then that will just take Mexico.
Yeah, if we get any sort of red card, we take France back in Mexico, right?
Okay.
All right, that's kind
Well,
of-
they don't, all right. That's tue bad. But we also know that they don't have a 4, which is helpful. Okay, and that's also too bad. All right, what do you want to do here? I
missed it. They made the roll. They're out
they
of
hit
their
the
trap.
roll.
Okay.
What did they discard? Oh, Miss Envy.
Just Missile Envy. I think we got to. Don't we have to take France back?
But then they coup Argentina.
Yeah. So should we do something like, what about this, and then like 1 Uruguay to dissuade them or maybe 2 Uruguay to dissuade them from couing Argentina?
Even with puppets?
Yeah, just to make Argentina a worse target.
What if we just do France Argentina with Olympics or something like that?
Yeah, I would just overprotect
You just
Argentina.
want to protect Argentina? Okay, this is quite reasonable. You want to do this?
Yeah, well, let's think. So if we coup what, Libya, and then we have Truman's gone, so then we have to fight him in France. So
Yes.
yeah, I think we got to take control of
Yes.
France.
We
here.
know they don't have a 4, but they could have. But they do have China.
They could have brush
China.
war.
And I really don't want to fight them. I want to event puppets and
Ye-
yeah, like
I agree. I agree. So I think this is better.
I agree with
make
this.
them have
yeah.
a big role, a huge role with a 3. They would need
Yeah.
a
So
5.
what would they need with a 3? They need a 5.
They would need a 5 to get anything in there. And if
Maybe
they
it is
roll a
6.
5, we can retake.
just take it back.
Yeah. So they would need a 6 to
Okay.
fully flip. And because if they roll a 5, we can take back. So I think this is good.
So I'm wondering, do we even use a 3 here? We don't know double. That's just too conservative, right?
Yeah, they will. If we did,
Yeah.
they might use China to flip to coup this, because then if they use China, they would only need a 5. But still, making them need a 5 is good. Also, we're not now that they scored Central for Presenceless Dom, we are not winning the game this turn, so we don't have to worry about that. We can play for the long term a little bit.
Yeah. The only question I have is whether we want to double over protect Argentina.
It just seems very conservative.
Yeah, they
That's the
also
only
might
thing-
have
that's-
brush. Like
Right.
Yeah.
So then you make it worse. But if they coup in Africa instead, do we really care?
what about Canada? They just gave us NORAD and DEFCON is a 3. Should we use a 3?
That's true.
Yeah,
do
absolutely.
This,
That-
this,
Yeah,
absolutely.
this. How about
Absolutely.
this?
Good idea. Yep.
Yeah, this is better. This is better.
We don't have any great places to threaten, but it makes the Argentina coup worse.
Yeah, we flip Lao. That's annoying. Even with Southeast Asia scored, it's important for country count.
Well, we'll see if we get Quag here.
Yeah,
But if your opponent gives you NORAD, you just need to take Canada.
yeah. Plus, no, they're not going to fight us in Europe country count. All right, well, I'm sorry, guys, I'm an idiot. All right, Olympics here, obviously.
Not
Yeah.
Muslim?
Are Muslim? Mm.
Or do we want the ops of Muslim? You guys want dump Muslim?
I think Muslim over Olympics.
All right.
I think so, yeah.
Ah, there you go, guys. We missed.
Oh,
That's bad.
Sorry, guys. I'm the worst at this game. We might also now get France flipped on us.
Yeah, but that would have happened whether we took Canada or not. So
Yep. DEFCON's also still 3, so they can just could just coup. All right.
I think they'll coup here. They don't have a 4-op. I think they'll coup here rather than flip France.
They might jam China into France, but we'll see.
True, they could. In which case, we might get dominated.
I mean, they
No,
would
I
need
guess
to they would need to have another 3. They need to have jam China in there, have another 3. Even
I don't
if they
think
do
they
that,
can
we can still
dominate
take
us.
Turkey. Yeah, 2-op coup.
Okay,
It's
there's
just a throwaway coup in Africa.
Fine. Olympics.
We're out.
yeah, that's good. So
Okay.
yeah, we're okay.
We were saying everything had to go right. Things have not all been going right, but not catastrophic yet.
Okay.
No, we're still looking good for Europe and South America, and that's
Yes.
the most important thing on this turn.
Yes. Nothing has gone right this turn so far, but okay, we can still. I think we score Europe next AR, then puppets.
We got to get Europe out, and then puppets, and then try to get South America.
I think we're gonna have to play Usuri for ops, right? Because Alliance is a big number. If they go Costa
What
Rica
ARs?
here, it's puppets before Europe, I
We have
think.
4, 6, 4, 5. We've got 4 ARs left. Yeah, so
Oh, that's brutal.
Uh,
That's brutal. Yeah, 1 there and 1. Oh, they don't even go 1 Panama. All right. Well, now. Do we
I
still
think
just-
maybe we score South.
Well, if they.
South America is more likely to go south on us to go bad than Europe. So I think South America.
All right.
That's so painful though. They're
Yeah.
just like clapping their hands now.
Yeah.
Yeah, this turn has gone south in pretty much every way it could
Yeah.
possibly have, but that's
Yes.
okay.
So they could. Yeah, I shouldn't even say it, but they could event rush war and roll a 6 on Italy.
No, they cannot.
No, because we got NATO.
That would be the worst way this turn.
We got NATO. We are safe a little bit.
Okay, I guess we're. No, we haven't. NATO's not active, is it?
It is.
Is NATO active?
It is.
NATO is
They
active.
used it
Okay.
to get the Dom in Asia.
All right.
right back.
Yeah, I missed it. All right.
Jesus Christ, guys. This is brutal. And we don't have a space
Yeah.
card, so we got to score Europe though, right? Just get it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're still like this turn has taken us from like a dominant position to like I don't know, tied-ish, I feel
Yeah, I
like.
feel like we're behind now, and especially now. All right. So is it? Do we want to puppet into
I
Panama?
feel like we do. Panama
I mean, Mexico.
is still
Puppet
a
getting into
good
Mexico
team.
is always so lame, but I think it's our best shot. And then what? Guatemala for libs protection, or, for in case they coup Mexico. Colombia. Where else? We also need to get our mill ops. Mexico, Panama, and Guatemala.
I think I like Colombia over Guatemala, but
Colombia.
Yeah, it gives us a Jade Cinnamon as well. That's
All right.
fine. They might coup it here, and then we'll just coup it back.
Well, yeah. Well, we have to coup. Yeah, I think we're behind now because they've got DOMs in 3 regions.
Yeah, and it didn't like. It's not like the deck is particularly blue, right? They
Yeah.
used a lot of like.
Everything is scored. So this thing's going the distance. I think we. You guys want to use Usuri or Alliance for the coup? I feel like Alliance could be 4, and I really want that 4. But getting China is also good. Usuri for the event, while Usuri coming back in the late war with us holding China would also be really nice.
Yeah, so I don't really love using Usuri like for this event, but I do get that having China would be nice.
Ah, damn that D-stall. Fuck.
Okay, well, that's it. We're tied in South America. We're going to be a little bit ahead in Central, hopefully. We're ahead in Africa. We're ahead in Europe. We should be tied long term in. Oof,
That's annoying. They're just gonna put right. They're just gonna go
that's
right back
extremely
in.
annoying.
Yeah, we really need Egypt. Okay, so Usuri for a coup in Nicaragua. So they Nicaragua or Saharan.
probably Haiti or maybe Saharan. Maybe Saharan.
I'm just thinking Nicaragua to stop the Costa Rica play, but I guess we have one in
Nicaragua
Panama.
is better.
If they go to Costa Rica, we just take Panama.
Yeah.
What do we care?
I don't care. What do you want? What do you want to do? You Saharan?
All right, I guess.
I think Saharan.
All right. All right. Well, we rolled a 1, so bad job us.
Uh,
Okay, we get another decent hand. Is it just CMC? Is Colonial is
Colonials isn't bad either.
Colonial's nice.
Oh yeah.
It's good and everything's scored. Yeah. Oh, the other thing
Yep.
about CMC is that goddamn friggin' Libs. Libs is such a great headline for them here because they do get control.
Once they place afterwards.
Yeah, once they place after Libs. Maybe it is CRG.
CRG isn't bad. It'd be better if we had the China, obviously, but it's still not bad.
What do you think, Michael?
I'm not sure. So
CMC
Cuban.
against Libs is so bad. Because then they just take Mexico and Panama for free.
I don't think CMC
Yeah, I
is like. I feel like Colonials is better, right? Because
Yeah.
that Colonials, they're probably going to coup in Africa anyway with everything
Yeah.
scored, or maybe Central. But it means they were trading a battleground for a battleground. We could hate Nicaragua or whatever that one
And we
is.
can flip Lao, which is important for
Is
any
your-
country count. You guys okay with CRG?
I
Yeah.
think I prefer CRG.
Yeah, we knew that was coming. That sucks
Yep.
for us. Okay, so clearly this. Where else? Angola for Portuguese.
Angola, probably, yeah.
Yes.
We do have to be a little careful playing U.S. Japan. I think.
I think we're gonna have to let it go for ops because
Yeah.
it's turn 6. If it's turn 7, obviously I feel differently.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Like, I would like to not be dominated going in Asia, going into turn 7. It feels like a place where
We're not going to be dominating Asia going to turn 7. There's no way they're getting both these back, right?
Yeah, that's true. There's with Egypt, Nigeria, and both countries in Central open.
Yeah. All right, Alliance,
I mean,
I'm a lot less
those are not
excited about
fair.
now that we're losing Mexico and Panama. All right, U2, UN is gone.
The question is, what do we do? So say they take both, right?
No, they're cooing, right?
Just a 2. Ooh,
Oh, they're
just a 2 up.
fine.
Gonna coup Africa.
Okay, what are we doing? We're taking back, I would say, Mexico.
I was
We
gonna
wanna take
say
back
I was
Panama?
gonna say Panama because Mexico maybe we can
Nigeria?
realign and we do Nigeria.
I think I like 2 Mexico, 1 Nigeria, 1 Laos.
Okay.
Not bad either.
Yeah, I mean brush. They probably have brush. I'm fine with this. You guys want to do this?
So then what do they do? So they're gonna probably take Panama, Egypt here and give us the coup, or they're gonna coup in like Nigeria
No,
and let us take
they already took
Panama
a
back.
coup.
Oh, that's right. So then they're just gonna take Panama and Egypt back.
Yeah, and Indonesia if they can.
Yeah. I mean, all right. This seems okay.
We could take Egypt and not Nigeria, but I don't know.
No, Nigeria, because Nigeria gets us Nigeria and Laos, both of which are pretty good.
Yeah, I think this is good. You guys okay with this?
Yeah, this is fine.
Yes.
All right. So OAS. So are we holding or spacing decall? Brezhnev's on the AR7. OAS, I guess it's probably gonna have to be a mid-turn annoy them card. Because
I think we're
Brezhnev's got to be
spacing
AR7.
Deco.
Yeah, I think we're probably spacing.
Yeah, what's the space track look like?
You could even
They're
hold
ahead.
OAS as a headline for next turn.
They're up 3-2 on space, and they just played OAS for ops.
One small step.
Sorry, yeah, one OSS. All right. Well, now we have 7 countries in Asia. So
Yeah.
well, we knew they had that. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, going to overprotect Venezuela. They're going to let us have Indonesia, which maybe makes sense.
Well, probably Panama Canal is coming at some
Yeah.
point for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
It's not that much to do.
So just thinking about the turn, I like OAS as a hold. I mean, seems to me it's probably the best
Yeah.
hold card. You can,
Yeah.
or maybe it's an AR7. No, it's not AR7 because
AR7
we're
is
playing
Brezhnev,
Brezhnev
yeah.
AR7. Right. So then OAS is probably the hold. Deco's a space.
yeah, alliances could be 3, or we could play the ops and hope it comes back. Right now, do we want to use CMC, overprotect, take, and then Cameroon sets up realigns on Zaire? Or what do you guys like? Or Cameroon prevents Nigeria, right? Realigns on Nigeria. What do you guys like? You guys like Guatemala to protect from ABM in Mexico?
Brush war's the concern.
Yeah, Brush and ABM are both.
Yeah, I don't mind Guatemala.
You want to do Guatemala? I kind of like this.
I don't hate it.
You good with this, Michael?
Yeah, I'm fine with this.
All right. So Junta, we had Junta and Missile Envy, but ABM, Brush, and Salt as well are both out there.
This is Gunman, unfortunately.
Yeah. And all 3 China events are out.
What's Poland at?
Poland is at
Pope's
6.
around too.
Yeah.
Okay. We need mill ops, right?
We
Or do
need
have
mill ops. We could coup with Brezhnev. This is a good time for them to event Salt. Okay, no, they're just going to take a 1-up coup of Colombia. That's a little bit of a weird play. That suggests they do not have Brush. Mexico makes all the sense in the world for Brush. They didn't coup. All right. Anyway,
I'm just going to space.
I think we can ignore that, right? We just space.
I like spacing here.
Okay, we hit.
Stalemate is a good like one op coup card maybe.
Let's get our domination in Africa.
Yeah,
Let's work on undermining Fidel.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's a coup. I mean, we could do.
I think we're probably cooing
I think I'm
twice.
leaning toward Alliance for the VPs. What? Let's see. They're up by 5.
They're up
so
5.
3 here's.
And I'm not willing to give up even 1 to Millops. So I think if we're cooing with Summit, that's fine. But we also need to coup with Brezhnev or U2.
Or U2. Yeah, that's fine then.
Yeah.
Okay, what's that going to be? Okay, now
All
I think
right,
we
well,
just
now we
coup.
can do.
Probably Cameroon, right?
Yeah, coup Cameroon with you want coup with U2? Just that gets our mill
Let's
up.
do it with U2. Yeah,
This
let's
is an
just
important
get
one.
Yeah. Okay, we hit a big roll. So that protects Nigeria and also threatens Zaire. And
gets
our
us down
mill
back.
ups. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like if they had ABM or Brush, we would have seen it by now, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, if they have ABM, it's coming right now on Angola.
Yeah, that would make perfect sense. And then we'd probably have to. Yeah, that would be bad. If they had Brush, I feel like they would have cooed Guatemala instead of Colombia. I don't really understand that Colombia coup.
Yeah, I think if they had brush, they definitely could Guatemala.
No.
Well, maybe they're concerned about us having brush, and they
Yeah.
were trying to get protection for
right, yes.
Panama and Venezuela.
Yeah, that's
it.
exactly what it suggests. Which means that they probably don't have that. And if they had ABM, I agree, it would be a no-brainer Angola right now.
So VP count is really scary if we're heading into late war with them in war games range.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling, I don't know, maybe I can be talked out of it, but I'm feeling Alliance for 3 is a good play.
I think we need
It's
the
a good
3.
bet.
completely agree.
I think we need the 3.
We don't have that many of the uses for ops, right? Like Summit, we coup in Central somewhere. Brezhnev, we overprotect France and do some other things.
Yes. Okay, I don't care about that.
Did they just block down there?
It doesn't block.
No, I didn't even block down.
I like taking our 3 now.
Yeah. Why did they do that? The Pope. Like, why did they play it in that way? I guess they wanted to protect real
They were
lines.
worried about, because they wanted to space something else. Why Omit? Oh, just get Omit out now, right? Allende, AI,
Yeah,
War,
there's
Portuguese.
not very much.
I mean, yeah, those are good cards for them, but it's turn 6. I don't know. That seems like a card they could have got rid of. I would have spaced the Pope instead. Okay, well, they missed the roll.
Okay. Shall we do something with Summit?
Coup Zimbabwe, coup Nicaragua.
We still have Dom in Africa, right? That might coup Nicaragua.
Well,
Nicaragua.
the Zimbabwe coup threatens control if we can hit it.
That's
real
true.
lines
That's
a year.
true.
But Portuguese is coming, so you want to do? I like cooing with Summit and then play Brezhnev for influence. I know you guys don't
One
like hearing
France
it,
for sure.
but I do like overprotecting France.
No, I think we need one in France.
You
With
guys-
Sakub's coming back.
Yeah,
and-
I like a Summit coup. The question is Nicaragua, Haiti, or Zimbabwe. Do any of you guys have any preferences?
I think I like blocking or trying to block Central Dom.
Michael, you okay with
I
Nicaragua?
prefer Haiti over
Oh, yeah.
Nicaragua.
Yeah, I'm fine with Haiti now that Panama's spoken for. You okay with Haiti, Ryan?
Yeah, Haiti's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, just enough.
And then Brezhnev is like France, maybe Angola with Portuguese coming.
Is it a poke something? Yeah. Okay. Well,
Oh,
there it
or
is.
maybe France, Chile.
France, Chile. How about France, Chile, guys? What do you think about that?
Look
Whoa!
good.
We're not going to realize.
No.
Not realign.
No.
I didn't click coup. I clicked realign, which we could have done, but this is better. You guys okay with this?
Yeah.
I think that's right. I don't see anything better.
Okay, here we are on turn 7, and we get ABM and Purge, which is nice.
Ooh,
They
okay,
get
okay.
Brush. And they also get We Will Bury You. We get Portuguese, which is nice. We redraw OSS, which is nice as well. And we miss out on voice. They have Camp Voice and 5-year plan. All right, well, we're getting Camp David. That's good. I guess this is just a purge, right? With them having voice in their hand along with 5-year plan.
Can you tell me what we think they have?
Ryan?
Camp David, Voice, 5-year plan, Arab Israeli, We Will Bury You, and Brush War.
And then 3 unknowns.
Yes. Our 3 unknown, or we have Purge, 1 small step, or our unknowns, I think. So we have 2.
Just 2. Okay.
So our original plan was OAS, which I think is fine. But I think with them having that hand, Purge is pretty great, right?
It forces them to space. Can they? Are they? They're not peaking, right?
No,
Or are
they're
they?
not peaking.
No. So it forces them to space 5-year plan and hold voice.
Yeah. Now, obviously, them having missile envy is a
Literally.
nightmare, but because us being purged with this hand is no big deal. But
Yeah. So what are the alternatives to purge? It's what, OAS or Panama?
yeah, I think
it seems like
ABM
purge
can wait
seems
till
pretty clear
midterm.
best.
I think this is a clear purge, isn't it?
I mean, the benefit of OAS, just thinking about it, is like it forces if they coup, we get to like flip Brazil or something,
Yeah.
and then we still get to coup back with ABM. If we don't hit an OAS, they're going to get even purge. They're going to get a coup in Africa that we're going to have to then counteract with ABM.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
it does get us like a battleground if we headline OAS.
Yeah, but if they're purged, OAS is still going to put them under a lot of pressure midterm.
Yeah, they'll have,
That's
and
true.
they've got a space 5-year plan,
And their hand is
and they'll be holding
their hand is
voice.
bad. Okay, I'm convinced.
I kind of like. I hear what you're saying, Ryan. And also, OAS is a lot more annoying mid-turn if they are purged.
All right, I'll be
Okay.
back in 1 minute.
Okay, they
I'm
headline
not
gunmen.
sad to see.
Okay.
So they. We know they're going to have to space, right? Because they.
Yes.
I mean, I guess they could play China, but realistically, purged like this, I think that you're going to want to space.
They're not going to hold 5-year plan and voice, but yeah. And they're going to be really sad to see 1 small step in our hand, though. So they'll delay spacing as long as possible. Okay, gunman gone is good. Now they're presumably just going to take a coup in Africa, probably Angola.
I would assume so.
No. Wow, that sucks.
Oh, that's annoying.
All right. Well, now they're gonna. So what's their brush target?
Argentina.
It's
maybe?
only Argentina. Well, they could brush Angola, I guess.
They could brush
or
Iran
Algeria.
and go for control, but that's kind of bad with the Iranian hostage
Yeah.
coming out.
Yeah, and they're gonna brush. Okay, that's a huge miss.
Ooh,
okay.
That's
huge,
absolutely
huge
massive.
miss.
Right.
JR was watching.
What do we do here? Do we just like start poking things, like play Panama or OAS or Colonials or whatever?
Okay, I'm sorry, I missed. I saw the headline purge. What did
Okay,
they?
we headline purge. They headline gunman. They looked at our hand.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
They cooed Nigeria and hit it big. They rolled a 6, and then they brushed Argentina and missed.
Oh, I can live with
Which was
that.
the more important role, to be
Yes.
honest. I think.
Yes.
Yeah, I can live with that just fine.
So, do we want to salt?
What are we salting for here? Like purge
Well, purge or brush.
or brush, I suppose.
But we could also just be annoying and play a 1-up and like do this and just.
If we flip a battleground, can we get kitchen debate on?
Oh, good question. I guess we should count kitchen. I think we're too far behind though. We're -1 here.
How close are we? We were pretty close when I looked.
We're -1 in Asia, +1 in Europe. So these are even. We're down 3 in the Middle East. We're now up 1 in Africa. So 2. So we're -2. Even. We're -3. So we need to flip 2 battlegrounds to get kitchen off.
Yeah, ABM you flip one. You flip one
ABM
right there.
flips 1.
So we need to flip 1 more.
Yeah. Do we want to ABM now? I feel like we should probably hold on to ABM because they certainly would have played Missile Envy right there if they had it.
If we salt, the problem is we don't have any great coup cards for an exchange in Africa, right?
Yeah, it would just be kitchen.
Yeah, which is. I guess they don't have any great cards either.
Yeah, I mean they don't either. And they're purged and under salt, so any coup they're doing is -2. Do you guys just want to play Panama here?
I kind of think we annoy him for a while.
Yeah.
We do Panama, we do OAS.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fine. Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Then they have We Will Bury You, so they do have a clean 3-op.
Yeah, I mean, they'll probably respond to OAS with that. Like, they'll probably respond with Arab Israeli to this, and then we'll OAS, and they'll respond with We Will Bury You.
And then
Unless
we could
else.
salt after that if we wanted. We could also ABM and then salt for ABM. We could ABM Zaire.
That's true too.
Yeah. Okay. Then do you want to OAS now, like Brazil, or just Panama, or one Brazil, one Panama? It doesn't really matter. They're going to fix.
Yeah, we're waiting on space, hoping they're going to space first. Is the plan?
Yeah, because they're going to have to space 5-year plan or play China, and and we want them to burn their big cards. So if we salt, they can't take a nice big coup in Africa. You want to do this?
Yeah, I don't know that we're going to salt though. I don't see that we've got a lot to follow up with salt.
Boy, getting another ABM though would be nice.
It's going to be a 4-op coup with a -1 salt.
True.
You think you're going to hold it?
Yeah, we can hold it. We can hold it through. Yeah.
We
we don't have to.
it.
I don't know how much. I don't know. It might be. I think it's better than the 3 ops. Are you guys okay doing this just to annoy him?
Yeah. Or do we want to go colonial first? Is that going to be? We're going to event that, right?
Yeah, it doesn't really demand a response, but
No, it doesn't.
It's not
It doesn't do a whole lot, but
might be better after salt if we do salt. We can also
honestly,
do
it could just be the
Brazil.
coup card.
Yeah. You want to do 2 Brazil? You want to do 1 each here?
It doesn't matter.
I guess I like 2
Either way,
Brazil.
kinda-
If we eventually take Uruguay and realign, this is probably good. You want to do this?
Sure.
yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
I expect they're just going to repair this. If they don't,
I guess
bury you.
I'm not sold on salt for the event yet.
No, I'm not sold on it either. We don't necessarily have to do it. You guys know I like it, but we don't have to do it. All right, now our Africa Dom has been stopped. So do we want to just take an ABM coup of Zaire next? Or Nigeria?
I mean, if we're going to consider salting, we definitely want to ABM before we salt.
Yes.
So
Right.
Okay, so they just burn their 4. And they're going to overprotect. Okay, that makes all kinds of
this
sense.
also implies that maybe they're afraid of us jamming, and so you could imagine that salt is good for jamming Panama or something. I guess we don't
Yeah.
have a follow up to
Yeah.
that, but
We
okay,
don't.
yeah, I'm fine
Fine.
doing this.
Do you want ABM Zaire? Gets us Dom back. Guaranteed.
Yeah, we can probably get Dom though with a non-battleground, but then again,
Or we could try a roll on Panama, but it could miss.
I think
Yes,
I'd
a
rather just take
non-battleground
the-
coup gets us Dom in Africa. Yeah, you are correct about that.
Yeah, but
CRG gets us Dom in Africa.
but it's not very secure. It's
Yeah.
not very secure. It's,
Yes.
it's one battleground coup for them next turn.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I
guess
kind of
I'm
like the
leaning toward-
guarantee of Zaire. Or we can go Nigeria, which is the anything but a 1. But
I
Uh,
don't see that as being worth it.
yeah, I like Zaire. You guys okay with that?
all right.
Yeah,
Yep.
Okay. Well, we rolled a 4. Okay.
Coulda
now
got
we
flipped
got our
down
mill
a little bit.
ops. So now they have Camp David, Voice, 5-year plan, and 2 unknowns.
It's the question is if we don't event salt, like what are we going to do with it that's going to be impactful?
Well, we could put the 3 into Israel because they're going to give us. Okay.
Oh, interesting. So now they only have 1 unknown.
Now they only have 1 unknown, and they have an unplayable 1. They have a playable 1, and they have a must space card plus 1 unknown. I kind of like. Boy, I kind of do like salting here.
I think it'd just be so nice to have ABM going into next turn, right? The board is locked up. Those are the sorts of cards that can.
I just think it's
change
better
the
than a
board.
3.
So before we do that, what are we going to do with Colonial? Are we going to event it, or are you guys thinking about using it for ops? Because if we're going to use it for the event, I think I prefer doing that before we salt.
Okay, so you want to put it in. Well, you want to do
I
something.
mean,
like
I don't even know
this?
where it's going. Yeah, we just need to make a decision on what's going to happen with it.
Yeah.
I would probably, and this might be crazy, I would probably use it as the coup card post salt.
Yeah, it may be. If that's the case, then salt now.
All right. You guys want to salt for ABM now?
You like ABM over Purge?
Purge
I
is
prefer
nice with them
Purge.
holding VOA.
If we can hold it the next turn, I prefer Purge
Yeah.
over ABM.
And I think
I'm
we're
fine
definitely-
with Purge.
yeah. All right, let's do Purge with them holding VOA.
All right.
Did I pick up Purge? Yeah, I picked up Purge. Okay, we're doing it.
I think this is like a mean, nasty play, and that's exactly what we need to be doing right now.
Yeah. And we're down 3. This is anybody's game.
Well, it's going to be super scary for them if they make their space roll and they can't even space a 3 up next
Yeah.
time.
Because they've got some uncomfortable decisions are coming. They could very well play China here.
They could. It's not crazy to. But then you're like you have voice. You're gonna be purged. You have voice. 5-year plan held to next turn. That is very scary.
Yeah.
With all the late word DEFCON cards coming out.
Yeah, because they want to space 5-year plan, but if they space 5-year plan, don't play China and hold voice, and they hit that roll, then they. Okay, all right. Well, we knew that was coming. We get our 1 VP, which is nice. This is presumably a coup in Angola. Nope, it's not. Okay, they didn't even.
It's not
coup.
crazy. What is the? We both have Millops, right?
We both have Millops. So now they have voice 5-year plan. So should we just take a 1-op coup in Nigeria? Because that was just an
They're
empty
gonna have
AR for them.
space, right?
They have to
Wait,
space.
How many ARs left?
What do you think about playing Portuguese Empire and cooing in Angola?
Oh, I don't mind that.
Yeah, maybe that's better.
What are the odds on that? Like, is there some chance
it's a
we get
1-op
Odin?
coup, so it's an anything but a 1.
If we get it back, do we still have Dom, or is it country count going to screw us even if we get it back?
If we get it back, we do not have Dom.
Because if they hit the space roll, we're gonna have to play it or hold it. I mean, you're gonna eventually play. You're not gonna hold it all the way to the end.
True.
Of the game.
If they hit the space roll, we're going to trigger 1 small step. If they miss the
Yeah,
space roll, though,
and if they miss a space roll, then I guess they miss a space roll,
I'd like to space it then, right?
space it, or are you gonna hold 1 small step and try to play the game again next turn?
That's true. Yeah, I guess I'm fine either way on this one. But to Ryan's point, if triggering Portuguese, cooing Angola, even if you roll a 6, we don't have Dom. So then CRG becomes an event, which I think is fine.
Yeah, which is
CRG is a good event. But yeah, I'm fine getting rid
They
of
have
the
one more
operation.
They have 1 more turn they can place, right? So they're going to get a counter coup, probably.
They're gonna coup back. Yeah, they're cooing back.
They probably are cooing back, and then they are spacing 5-year
And it's
plan, presumably. So do we want to give them this?
I think I prefer this because I really love 1 small step for the event here.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Anything but a 1. You guys good with this?
Yeah, but the 1 isn't even that bad because they're going to get to coup back either way, right?
Yeah, you're right.
We
So
rolled
even
the
a 1 doesn't hurt.
We rolled a 1, guys.
I shouldn't have said it.
We
I shouldn't
rolled
have said it.
We rolled a 1, guys.
Well,
man.
they're just going to coup back.
Yeah,
They're just cooing back.
Our dice have been amazing this game, so we were due for a really bad one.
Colonial's going to be okay. I don't know that we won't have domination probably, but we should be okay. I think our countries with Colonial in there.
They presumably will play their unknown here. Ooh, arms race there is their unknown. Okay, so this will just be Angola. All right. Well, now it's CRG event, right? Because they have to space.
Yeah, CRG event.
And then break. You want to do that?
Break. Just
Or is
all
it-
Africa somewhere.
Or is it one Thailand?
No. I guess, yeah, I was thinking
Threatening a
about
jam with
Nigeria.
Thailand.
But,
So clearly one here. I think
yes.
clearly one here, right? And clearly one here. That gets us Africa Dom. And then does the 4th one go Nigeria, or does it maybe Thailand to threaten a jam there?
I don't hate Thailand. If we get it, then that gets us Dom, right? If we
Yes,
flip
flipping
Thailand.
Thailand gets us Dom. But obviously we don't have China. But yeah, you guys okay with this?
Yeah, even long term in the, like AR7 turn 10, that may be useful.
Yeah, okay. All right, so this is annoying. So now they have to space 5-year plan, or they have to give us China. And so that play, if their plan is to give us China, they will probably give China and take Angola and Thailand. Would probably be their play. And put one more in Thailand.
I'm not sure you give China. I mean, maybe, but
spacing though is so bad if they hit. Yeah. Oh, they're going to give voice. I didn't even think about that.
Oh, that's not crazy. That's not crazy.
They're going to give voice.
All right, we got to think about this though.
So
we can flip something we want.
So I think it's clearly this.
One there.
And then Panama?
Yeah, sure. And then Panama, yeah.
Well, we're going to follow up with Kitchen Debate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can't actually flip Panama.
So we're all,
but-
yeah, we can take, because, yeah, if we were going to follow up with Purge, then, because they'll have two options.
Purge
They'll
is-
take Thailand back. But we're absolutely holding Purge, right?
I think we've got to hold Purge in one small step. Those are both so
Yeah.
good as event.
I think if we do this, we just put Kitchen into Panama, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, something
All right,
like
you
that.
guys good with this? I think this is fine.
I think.
Or do
I think
we
that's-
want to not even? Yeah. All right, this is fine. Let's do this.
I think that's right. Like
Yeah.
these
Yeah, I
are
think
clearly
it's-
the two best countries, and this is the only option we really
Yeah.
have.
With us picking up Purge, I think that was a good play for them. That was a good play for them.
I think this was the best.
I
play.
didn't consider that. I did not consider that for them. So that's my bad. Yeah, they'll just clearly take.
Especially because they know our
yeah,
hand.
Yeah, that
They
makes,
know we're not
yeah,
positioned to flip the other.
yeah. Even if they didn't.
They don't know
our
one.
hand,
Do they know one small? They don't know one small.
They
step,
played
right?
Gunman. They know our entire hand.
Oh, okay.
And this is just Panama.
Yeah.
Seems fine.
Okay. All right. Those are two good hold cards for us. That was an eventful turn. Okay. So one small step and Star Wars is interesting.
Nixon is pretty good.
Nixon's good.
I mean, this is just Purge.
Honestly, all these are good events.
It's got to be Purge.
It's got to be Purge. Yes, it's got to be Purge. All of the, but
I mean,
yeah,
they-
I want to event
they
this.
could
I
have
want to
a
event
missile.
this. Like even this could be good. Like I want to try. I would love to get off both of these.
We don't have a space card, right?
We do not have a space card. So I'd love for them to
so-
space hit. We one small step and then we Star Wars.
Yeah, or hold it
That
till
would be
next
the idea.
headline.
Yeah.
Maybe we purge him again next turn with Star Wars.
Yep, boy. North Sea to knock out OPEC. I mean, OPEC could be is game winning here for them if they have war games. But North Sea for OPEC, AWACS could be good.
Muslims is still around too.
Muslims
so-
is around.
So we're fine on time too, right?
We have a half hour for 3 turns. So
Yeah, we're good.
we're in good shape.
Okay, what is the like score looking like?
So we
We're
have
definitely
so Asia's +1 for them, Middle East is +5, so 6 for them, 7 for them with Central. We have Africa for 6. We have Europe for 5. South is even. So we're up. I'm showing 4 on the board, and then they have
3 with
2
China.
with China. Oh, that sucks.
That's annoying. Okay, so that we were up 1 before this happened,
Yes, we were up 1 before this happened.
and now we're down some, but it's still very close. Okay,
Yeah. Now they're gonna take Panama back and put 1 in Mexico, and then they will coup Angola.
Two Africa. We can realign Angola potentially.
Yeah, but
And-
like we could realign Angola and Mexico
Yeah,
if they put 1.
you have to pick which of these events were like not.
I mean, AWACS, I guess is, but boy, getting controlled in the Middle East. I mean, we could lose Iran to the hostage crisis, obviously.
Yep.
So AWACS is of the 3 ops. North Sea is a must event in my opinion.
See, I would have invented AWACS over North Sea. I think.
Well, I like North Sea because I mean, canceling OPEC is, even if we don't take the eighth AR, is so huge.
Yeah, the reason I like AWACS, I think canceling OPEC is better than canceling Muslim, but AWACS has like some positive effect as well, right? Like
Yeah.
it
Yeah, no, that's
annoys
true.
them in.
Well,
but I
regardless,
would
we're
certainly
not
like
inventing
to do both.
Olympics, so we could start with Olympics.
That's true.
This is 2 Panama, 1
And
somewhere. I
Mexico,
assume
would say.
Mexico, but maybe they won't even bother with Mexico, and then, or they might score. They might go 2 Panama, 1 Mexico, and score.
I think you do 2 Panama, 1 Mexico either way, just because the Mexico op is annoying.
Yeah.
But you don't like immediately try to flip it.
Yeah, no, they're going to take
Oh.
down that way, and they're going to take a big old
That's an
3 up
annoying
coup in
type.
Angola, and a crappy roll.
I think we realign while we can before they start, or we take Botswana, I guess. But
Okay, realigning and hitting would give us Dom, and they have no way back in unless they have South African. Michael, do you like a realign here?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. So options are we're using a 2 op. You want to use Olympic instead of a 3 op?
Yeah, I think it's a 2. Realign Angola and then if we hit it, Cuba at even.
I mean, it's probably better than 50-50, but it's not great. The other option is what, 2-2?
42% per roll to get both out.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously it's better than 50-50, but it's not 70. I don't think it's 70.
You guys
I don't
want
think
to
it's
let
80.
you guys want to
80.
let you guys want to
Plus
let
the
one
other
one
bonus,
go?
2 ops. It's a
So-
68% chance.
Yeah, so the other option is 2 Botswana, right?
The other option's 2 Botswana and 1 else. Well, we could, if we're going to do a 3, 1 El Salvador to stop the Dom here. But I think if they have Central Dom, we're letting them get away with it, right?
The risk of realigns, just to say it, is if we fail and they take Botswana, right?
Yeah. If we fail and they take Botswana, that's bad. But
Yeah,
but if we hit,
but if
then
you
we don't
take
even need to
Botswana,
take
there was-
Botswana. Botswana doesn't even matter.
Right.
And then we can
Right.
spend our ops on in other regions.
And if we take Botswana, the risk is they coup Botswana and hit high.
Well, if they take
I feel like
Botswana, they're not going to cooing Botswana under purge. Fine.
Oh,
Like-
oh yeah, so they're purged. So
So I think I think if they have Central, we're just going to let them have Central.
Yep.
And so the question is it Botswana? Is it Botswana with a 2? Or is it a 2-up realign or a 3-up realign? Those are our 3 options. What do you guys like?
okay, I guess I'm okay with the 2-op real line.
I'm okay with that as well.
All right, let's do it. Hit.
Perfect.
All right, that worked. Now
Is
Cuba's
it
the next
Cuba?
one, right? It's at even. Is it right? It's Cuba?
I don't see the board, but that's what I thought it was the best mixed.
I think the only other option is Nigeria, but I think it's still probably
Nigeria
Cuba.
is also even. This is
Yeah,
better.
I think it's got to be Cuba. Cuba looks
Okay,
better.
we missed on that one.
But we got what we needed out of that.
Yes, we got what we needed.
We need it.
Yes, we need them to not have South Africa. Ooh,
That's
yuck.
annoying.
Well, is it going to be one small step?
Yeah,
Are they gonna take
have
Scotland?
a lot
It
of.
might be one small step. There's nothing like that great here for that. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, obviously
there's
there's a bunch
like
of nice.
almost every card is a decent choice.
Yeah. But there's not like one thing that I'm like, oh, that's awful that we lose.
Yeah. Yeah, this is any of the almost any of these cards other than Reagan bombs is a reasonable choice.
I think they're taking one small step.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
I think so. It depends if they have a space card. If they don't have a space card, they might.
Would
leave
you
it.
space a neutral
You're
card if they take one small step to try and get Star Wars off? Oh, they're going to take Nixon.
Oh, Nixon. Maybe they don't have a space card.
So that says they think we're not spacing, and so we could potentially space a friendly card to try and get Star Wars off. But that's a problem for another day. Do we want to coup Nicaragua now to stop Central Dom? I feel like if they had Central, they would have scored it right there.
Sir.
Do you want coup
We also don't
Nicaragua?
have that many ops that we want to play, right? We still need mill ops, yes.
We still need mill ops. That's why I was thinking let's get it right now, and stop Central Dom in the process.
That seems fine.
You okay with that, Michael?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that or taking Angola.
All right, 2, which is not great, but fine. It makes them do something.
They had an easy counter coup anyway.
All right. So, do you guys want to space a friendly card to try and get Star Wars off? Oh, that's annoying.
Annoying.
So, what are we giving?
I'd rather give North Sea oil.
All right, you guys both rather give
Yeah.
North Sea. Let's give it. Yeah, North Sea at this point would strictly be to cancel OPEC. So we have obviously no benefit this turn. Okay. They roll a 1. All right, well
Ooh.
now we got to realign,
Realign?
right?
Realign?
Just realign Cuba, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay, we've got 1 out and another 1 out. Okay.
Not perfect, but that's
2 for
what you
2.
expect. Yeah.
You'd expect a little bit more on average, but
Oh, that's true. Yeah, because you can get. Yeah.
it's +1.
I do really want to get into Angola by the end.
Yes,
of the turn.
definitely.
So
yeah.
I'm thinking right now Star Wars is going to be ops.
So we're
I
not gonna.
I don't think we're spacing anything.
We're not chasing the
I
dream.
don't want to space if I'm left right here. Oh, that's annoying.
Okay, boy, they had a good hand, and they're gonna stop the real lines. Okay. All right. So you guys want to coup Haiti?
I think I want to coup Haiti
With Reagan
or Star Wars, either one. It doesn't matter. I think we're both going to use them for ops.
I think we're using
I'd
both for
rather
ops, but I think I want to hold both of these as long as possible
till the end.
just to.
Yeah, I want to hold one
Yeah.
small step.
Yeah.
That's the one I don't
Yeah.
want to use.
All right. We'll coup with Reagan, and we get a 4. Okay.
It seems like we're not getting either of those events off, which is
We are
annoying.
not.
But
Okay. There's going to be a 1-op coup of Nicaragua. Okay. We're realigning,
you
right?
want to try realigning again?
Star Wars.
We're
really
realigning with Star Wars, right?
Yeah, go for it.
Come on. Come on. One more roll. Hit it.
There
we
you
go.
go.
Libs and Fidel both gone. Only question is Ortega.
Gun is gone, right?
Gunman's gone, yes. We will bury you
So
also
I'm
gone.
I'm not scared of Ortega.
And he is spaceable at the moment. Although if we spaced and hit or triggered one small step, he would not be.
I think the board is so close that the difference Cuba makes is way bigger than the
Yes.
risk of DEFCON.
Yes. I agree.
But don't you want to get to Angola too?
We need
I
to
don't know.
get
Maybe
Angola.
We're playing both these drops. I mean,
I
I'm okay
guess you
playing
could. I guess you could wait on Angola.
I think
We have two
Cuba-
more ARs.
Yeah, we have 2 more ARs. Are we triggering AWACS to try and stop a
I
Middle
think we
East
can.
control?
I think we need Cuba more than AWACS.
Yeah, I think we need Cuba more than AWACS too. And then I guess one small step. It's event if they do space, and if they don't space, it's the ops.
Where did they
So-
put that? Oh, they just 1 up.
They put 1
Was
up into
that IP
Saharan.
war?
IP war into Saharan to stop Dom.
So we need domination.
Yeah. So is it 2 Angola?
Well, is South Africa still around?
South African is around. Whoops, not Argentina.
It is still around.
South African is still around. So I think we need 2 there.
So all right. So you can go to Angola, 1 Cuba.
Yeah.
Do we want to
I
go
like that.
just 1 Cuba though? I don't think we. I
We're
don't
gonna
like.
put one small step into Cuba, right?
I don't think they're spacing. I think one small step is going to be 2 to Cuba.
Okay. All right. So you want to do this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, if they
I mean,
space, we'll still event it, but I don't think they're gonna.
yeah, I'll be pleasantly surprised if they space, but if they don't, we'll just go one small step to Cuba, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. We'll do that.
Or maybe-
That
or
gives us
maybe-
central
well,
Dom.
I was going to say maybe we need to put another one somewhere in Africa if they stop that domination, but
Yeah, but the Central Dom is worth the same as African Dom, and that's a battleground. So,
yeah, but we could have put one Angola and
fair.
Yeah. Yeah. They could take Zimbabwe or something. I mean, Africa's still 3 for us, which is nice.
yeah, and I don't know that I would even prefer that. It may be better just to overprotect Angola.
So we were up 1 coming into the turn. I think we're still up 1, but if we take Cuba, we'll be up a little more.
Well, Middle East is the same. Okay. What's that gonna do?
All these ops.
Okay. Okay. And we get Japan.
What did they do?
They put
They
one.
put
They
one in
overprotected
Zimbabwe.
Poland. They overprotected Poland, and they took Zimbabwe and Sudan.
Okay.
So, well, now that we put one in
think we
Cuba, I think we need to take Cuba.
Let's just
Yeah,
take Cuba. Yeah, so let's
Ortega,
do a VP
all right,
count.
We get Ortega, but we get UN.
We have
We also
UN.
get terrorism. So, and we get Cal, which is inactive.
Special is nice.
We have this is boy,
Also
we got some
beautiful.
problems. Decall. So yeah, we're gonna have to space one of these, UN another, and stomach. Ugh, no, this is we got some problems here, guys.
This is all right.
I mean, we can just give Latin
Yeah. You're
American thing empty.
Yeah, and you just repair on South Africa.
Yeah.
This is not the worst.
All right. So is it Cal, even though it's inactive, to prevent a coup?
2 VPs plus stop the coup. It's got to be good, right? What
I
else?
think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Even though it's our only major op card.
Okay. Well, Yuri.
Right. All right. So our plan going in, assuming nothing else, we space one of Ortega and Decall, we UN the other, and we eat South African and an empty
South Africa is
Latin
not that
American deck.
bad.
So before we do anything, let's do a count on VPs again and see where things
Okay,
stand.
okay.
Because I think we're ahead.
Asia's even.
I think we
We're
are.
-5 in the Middle East. We're +3. So here, -2 so far. Even here. This is +3. So we're +1 on the board. +6 on the board. They have China. So +5. Okay. Well, that's a big problem. That's a very big problem.
Massive problem.
Okay. So do we need to now fight for Israel?
I think we do.
We have to fight for Israel, right?
Camp David's in effect. So
No. Before we do that, let's think. We're going to have to space. We're spacing what? We're spacing Ortega.
We could just
Yeah.
We're
UN Ortega
UNing
now.
Vico.
We could just UN Ortega now and put 2 in Israel.
Okay.
it's a question of, okay, so we were up by what, 5 points?
We were up by 5 on the board.
Now they swung it by 2, so now we're up by 3.
No, well, and they got 2, so that was 4 VPs.
No,
for them.
we were up.
Oh, so now that was 4. Now we're up by
Also,
1.
yeah, and if they have, we lose the game if they have Middle Eastern war games. So we're gonna have to trigger terrorism in that case, because that was a really fast.
What is Middle East worth now?
Middle East is 7, so that gets them to 9. We have no
But
path
even-
other than terrorism anyway.
I mean, we have special and evil, but we don't have tempo for it, right?
I guess we could trigger special now.
But then they're just going to take Israel, and if they have Middle East, like, we're not defending at that, I don't think, if they have Middle East and war games.
Yeah. I agree. If they have Middle Eastern war games, they can take Israel with China. We have to hope that they don't take Israel. We have to hope. Michael, what do you think? We could trigger special, and then if they score Middle East, then we can play Evil Empire, get back down under the number, get to 6. But the danger is if we play special, they'll just take Israel with China or another 4, and then score 10 for the Middle East, which is a disaster. I think we UN Ortega, and just put 2 in there. What do you guys think?
What are we doing with the Latin American debt crisis?
We're giving it.
And we got to empty event it.
Yeah,
And what are we doing with terrorism?
triggering it for sure, right?
Well, if they get in war games
Yeah.
range, definitely.
Yeah. But we
So,
know. I think
I just don't know that we're going to defend Israel in the long term, and we've got problems to deal with. I think maybe we just take the chance that they don't have Mideast and they don't have war games.
Well, whether or not they have Middle East, losing Israel is a disaster, isn't it?
I mean, it feels like it's the only thing left that is
It's literally the only open
open
battleground on the
and
board.
relevant to scoring.
Yeah, it's the
I
only
guess you
thing.
could say we should kill Africa. If that's the only other thing that
We can't get
like,
into a coup war in Africa. We're under Yuri. We're only taking 1 coup this turn.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, so we can't even coup 1 stabs. Like, what else are we going to do with our playable ops if not fight for Israel while we still can?
Yeah, I think we got to put 2 in Israel, right? Unless
I'm
Michael, you want
fine
to
with
trigger
it, but
event.
yeah, I mean, I think I'm okay with it, but yeah,
All right.
I don't think they're going to push us in Chile. So we're probably okay delaying
Yeah.
lads. But if you're going to play terrorism for the event, it's better to probably do it right now.
Yeah, but I don't think we want to lose Israel right now. Is the issue?
Yeah, like if we start dealing with all of our problems, they're just going to take Israel, and then what are we going to do with our ops after that? That's my worry.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to do 2 ops for a coup. We're playing special for event. We're playing terrorism for event. We're spacing 1. It's not like we've got a whole lot of ARs to do stuff with anyway.
Yeah.
We're repairing South African unrest. So, I mean, we're repairing Latin American debt crisis. What are we going to be doing any time at this turn?
I mean, here's a good question. If we're going to use a 2-op for a coup, what 2? Like, we have none left. We maybe shouldn't use a 2-op here.
Yeah, a 2
play
op.
Exactly.
Latin.
3-op.
Yeah, I guess this is an empty AR. This
Latin
is
needs
an
to
empty
learn
AR.
Chile, right?
Terrorism. Yeah, I guess it's terror. We're gonna use terrorism for a coup.
Or an event. Let's make
Yeah.
that decision now before
We
we
don't-
get into
yeah.
it and make it without thinking.
All right. So are you guys saying we don't contest Israel and we trigger special?
I don't honestly think if we're gonna
I'm
Like,
saying,
we
I'm thinking we're just playing terrorism because I don't think we're going to be able to fight for Israel this whole turn.
My concern
I mean,
is they have
war-
Middle East and war games. If they have
If
Middle
they have
East,
Middle Eastern war games, we're losing the game.
no,
I think that's
not
right. 'Cause we
because
can't
if
defend
we have
it.
yes we can by eventing special and eventing evil empire.
because they'll just put China into Israel. Like we
That's
can't.
True. That's true. That's true. Okay. Okay.
I don't think Evil Empire into Israel is crazy. I don't like putting the 2-op because we want to coup with that.
That's true. Okay. Do you want to put the 3-op into Israel?
I'm fine with putting the 3-op into Israel right now.
All right. Let's do that right now.
And
see
then
what we
and
do.
then if they have Mideast, maybe they think, oh,
Yeah.
we've got a bunch of ops and they just give up on it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
There's no way they're going to ops war us in Israel now. I cannot imagine.
Yeah. So maybe that's just like a deterrent, right? Like
Yeah.
you're not going to take control.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Now we're triggering terrorism, right?
terrorism.
It
Yeah.
has to be the event to hop and
Yep.
hope and right.
Yep.
Michael, you agree?
I think so, yeah.
Good lord.
I think that's probably GG. I assume they have war games here. They played that so
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah, that was.
They did play it quick, but you never know.
There it is. All right.
All right.
That sucks. There's no way to stop that.
All right. Thank you for
There was
watching,
no way to
everybody.
stop that
Dropped
this
us a
turn.
1-1. This was a tough one. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't think there was. This turn was just brutal.
We had double purges in a row, and it didn't seem to help that much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, they drew the right sequence of cards. So it's tough.
When
Yeah.
they hit the war, they hit a 1/3 Iran-Iraq war.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
the
4
1/3 war
VPs.
had the exact scoring and war games that they needed.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
this
half
was
the
The
turn
only
5.
region they had domination.
Yeah, this was like we thought like there was an absolute path to us just winning the game here on turn 5. And they had look at the cards they had. They had a presenceless Dom scoring, they had Quag, they had D-Stall to completely neuter South America, and then they had OPEC for another 5.
And we missed the Quag roll.
Yeah, and the missed Quag roll as well. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I this is one of those ones that's tough because I can't I feel like everything we did felt like the right move, and I can't point to anything we did that was obviously wrong. But I do feel like with all the
there was-
purges and
yeah,
stuff, we should have been
we probably should have dumped Asia here.
maybe.
I don't know. If they had Europe, then that's the wrong play.
Yeah. Yeah. We needed them to just not have redrawn NTB. But if we do it the other way, we need them to not have redrawn Europe. So it's the same likelihood.
All right, guys, I'm out of here.
All right.
All right.
Thank you guys.
We'll see you later.
Thanks. Have a good day.
Thanks everybody for watching.